This is one example of many where Ice Spice was caught on camera, seizing a moment where she wanted to display her allegiance. Here's a zoomed in version showing her hand symbols, holding her upside down cross, fully aware of her mirror reflection in the Jumbotron. They all know that these cameras were constantly going to showcase their reactions and they were doing what they were told. The Super Bowl was a battleground for good versus evil. Now, a lot of people support it. A lot of people are completely against it. I was led to actually watch the whole thing. And as I was praying and spending my time, I felt a lot of peace to look at it and say, for the purposes of being educated and assessing the signs, the symbols, and all these things, take a look, because this is what's happening in the world today. Now, I want to go over a lot of different clips and videos about the symbolism, the numbers, and this whole ritualistic battle that's happening. Because if you're not educated, if you're naive about this stuff, you're not going to see how Satan, how the demonic forces are blatantly trying to influence your mind. Now, there's a lot of good that was happening, meaning that there were players on the field, coaches, some, fans, many other people praying over this, but also some of the commercials. If you saw some of the commercials, they were trying to portray and give off godly vibes. So I think there was a Jesus Wash My Feet commercial and many other things. And again, I'm not going to say whether it was good or bad. I'm just saying that people were trying to counteract what was culturally known with the Super Bowl as being not good, demonic, and ritualistic. And so let's talk about a few of these things. First, let's talk about numbers. I'll show you a couple of clips talking about 13 as well as various other symbols. And I think it does a fairly good job of just giving you a quick overview.
13 seems to be big this year for the Super Bowl.
It's right. Those 13 minutes mean everything. It's been on my bucket list for a long time.
Debuting my new song, Purple Irises.
13 there.
Philadelphia Eagles' Jason Kelce, a 6-time All-Pro and Super Bowl winner, has reportedly confirmed his retirement after a 13-year career.
This is called Lucky You.
My lucky number is 13, and so I draw 13 on my hand with eyeliner or body paint every night before I get on stage. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks.
My first song that ever went number one, it had a 13-second intro.
Every time I see 13, it's a good thing, so I figure why not kind of have it with me all the time for good luck.
This is my 13th Grammy.
13 minutes mean everything.
All right, let me show you a different clip.
Big.
Why is the Super Bowl colors in all red? Will it be some kind of sacrifice today? Remember, the people that control this world, they always use numbers and colors to get their message out. Anytime you see the color red, it lets you know they're speaking about your root chakra or some kind of blood sacrifice. The root chakra is all about how am I going to survive? What am I going to eat? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my rent? We are living in the lowest root chakra. Soon as you get famous, what do Hollywood do? They roll out the red carpet, the root chakra. For all the lost people that still don't understand what's going on, we are under a deep magic spell. Not just any kind of magic spell, it's a spell dealing with sacrifice. We are the sacrifice lambs. Don't forget, last week we had the Grammys. Do you know what the word Grammy really means? The word Grammy comes from the word grimoire. It's nothing but a deep, dark magic spell. Remember, they use numbers and colors to get out their message. We in Super Bowl 58. 5 plus 8 is 13. This witch right here, Taylor Swift, just won her 13 Grammy. Once you understand the meaning of the number 13, you will look at this world completely different. There's a reason why they told us this number is bad luck. There's a reason why there's no 13th floor, no 13th elevator, and they said Friday the 13th is bad luck. Overstand this number. The number 13 is not bad luck. It's actually one of the highest frequency numbers on this planet, but they tricked us once again. It's the reason why this woman wore black and white when she won her 13th Grammy. Black and white represents yin and yang. Anytime you see black and white, you should always look at this logo right here and try to understand what it means. There's always a war between the light and the dark. These people use white and dark magic. They are really demonic. By the way, her favorite number is 13. 13 represents the hidden lost zodiac. The 13th zodiac is really the serpent. Why they don't tell us this in school? And we all know what the serpent represent, or do we? Once you understand their magic, their spells could no longer work on you. It's a deeper meaning behind all of this. Remember, we just had the new moon. Now we about to have a Super Bowl. And don't forget that Mardi Gras is coming up. Did you know that Mardi Gras really mean Fat Tuesday? The reason why all these dates are lined up like this is because they're going to eat our energy on the Super Bowl. So on Fat Tuesday, they're going to be full. I know it might sound crazy to people that don't really understand what's going on, but the number 13 is a sacrifice to the moon. They are sacrificing our energy once again.
Now, I'm not going to get into the detail of what he's talking about and all of these other symbols and signs and rituals and things like that. If you really want to study this stuff yourself, you can. But the point here is that there was a big battle that was happening, and all of the things that happened, like halftime, the score was 10-3, right? The end of the year was 12/31/2013, so 1-2-3, 1-2-3. So these dates, these numbers, these symbols, the devil, Satan, and people, the powers that be, they really are trying to use this because to them, there is some kind of luck, some charm, or something to it. And so if we're sitting here ignorant of Satan's devices, we're never going to understand how to fight against, to pray for, and to really guard ourselves in the devices of Satan. And so again, I'm here to just introduce the fact that things were happening. This person, Ice Spice, was, when caught on camera, was looking at the Jumbotron and clearly trying to show her allegiance, her, the upside down cross. And if you think, oh, well, that's just how it is with, Peter, died on the upside down cross, and it's just something like not negative, like it's okay. Like if you're trying to justify these things and you're ignorant of what really is happening, then you're not seeing the bigger picture. Now, I believe that this is a crucial point for this whole battle. Now, Elon Musk just put up yesterday this picture that went fairly viral, as all of his posts do. I love puppies. Now, if you look at it and kind of step back, it clearly says send nudes, right? And so I don't know if this is going to get censored or something, but somebody, this person GH17 did a Q delta analysis on this, and a lot of people do drop analysis and that stuff. But look at what this post is saying for Q drop 2843. The fun begins directly after, meaning fear and all of this stuff. And again, I'm not going to get into that detail, but it will make the Super Bowl look like a puppy show. And this kind of calms, right? And again, I don't do Q analysis and drops and calms and stuff like that. But some people do this, and they see stuff like this every single day. There's some kind of reference to, a picture, puppies or whatever, this exact date, referencing the Super Bowl. And it makes you look at this and think, man, what's happening? Why is it so coincidental? And this happens every day, multiple posts across different people. And Elon Musk, being part of, a lot of people say, the awakening movement as part of a white hat thing. And again, you can agree with certain things or not on his views, but the point is people are being used to expose, to communicate, to disseminate information, and Elon playing this part. But there's something else going on here with whatever is happening behind the scenes, and that this whole battle of protecting from a demonic perspective, like what their whole thing is versus trying to expose it and people waking up to it and all this stuff. And so be very careful, be ready for this whole battle, because I believe, and a lot of people have given their interpretation, prophetic words and stuff like that, about how the Super Bowl was a big battleground for what's to come. And that the evil is doing a lot, everything they can, to try to get you swayed, thinking a certain way, so that they can try to project their curses or cast their curses, their spells, and these things. And again, if you think this is some kind of crazy Harry Potter hocus pocus, you would be wrong until you educate yourself on how the demonic forces operate. And again, don't fixate and focus on that aspect. Fight against it. But again, do not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Now, something else that was interesting that someone had pointed out, I don't know where this is from, and I'm trying to give credit to wherever, but somebody had mentioned that even in the realm of sports and how they want to use their sacrifices, their rituals, their symbolism, that in 2020, all of these things, specifically in the sports realm, and a lot of people talking about scripted, NFL scripted, and all this stuff. I won't get into that, but you can, believe what you want to believe. But certain things are not. It's like far beyond coincidence in some sense. Like what, and you could say some of these things are cherry picked, but it lines up too much. Like what happened in 2020 with the Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl. The same thing happened this year. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Lamar Jackson favored to win MVP. And again, I think this is before the Super Bowl, but Ravens win AFC North, and just going down the line. All of these things line up one for one. And Billie Eilish winning Song of the Year, and then again, Billie Eilish winning Song of the Year. So it's a little bit of like a one-to-one replication of what's happened, specifically in the sports and in the football world. And so looking at this, you would wonder, what are they trying to do if they are trying to do something? And what does this mean? And so some people joking, especially in this prompt, that COVID started in March, and people talking about disease X starting in March, and we have the elections coming up. What do they want to try to do to thwart Trump from being reelected or elected, right? So all of this stuff begging and basically begs the question, what really is going on behind the scenes? You can look at it as some conspiracy, you can look at it as some crazy stuff, or you can try to understand the spiritual warfare of what these guys are trying to do. And so again, I'm gonna leave it up there as food for thought. I don't wanna make this video too long, but just to inform you that stuff is happening. People have an assignment, Ice Spice, Taylor Swift, these guys. And again, there's different levels of witches. There's people that are fighting a battle that it's hard for them to get out of because maybe there's a confliction inside. And I'm not trying to say negative things about any one of these people, but I'm saying factually what we are observing, what kind of things, what kind of symbols, right? And I don't even want to replicate these symbols. What kind of jewelry, what kind of stuff are they showing? And why is it that they wanted to distract you to win this battle, this narrative war? And then there's the counter fight on the other side, white hats, good guys, people that were trying to actually do good things. I'm not sitting here saying that everybody at the Super Bowl or watching it was negative or evil or satanic. There are good people, good players, God-fearing maybe athletes, these guys that want to try to counteract this. But Satan, he takes numbers like 13. They in trying to obscure things, right? There used to be 13 months, removed it. Now the dates and times have changed. Now we got all these different things being used, diminished, perverted for the use of satanic symbolism. So be aware of this, understand it if you can, to the best of your ability, enough that you can pray against it, but just know that this stuff is happening. If you're interested, you can research this stuff on any one of the platforms, but more and more people are speaking out against it. They're talking about it. They're being educated about it. And Hollywood, sports, this whole puppet show, meaning that the grasp that Satan is trying to have over this area will soon be demolished, because a lot of us, myself included, we're saying that we're moving into some better times. But in order for us to get there, you have to be educated. You have to understand, and you have to accept it as, okay, I've wrestled with it. I thought it was cuckoo, crazy conspiracy at first, but now I'm seeing it with my very own eyes. It's not a coincidence anymore. There's something very overt about it. They're being very bold about it. And you have to, as a Christian, be bold in your faith and to fight against it. So more to come, guys. I want to get some of these educational type videos out there. If you can, would love a like below. Watch this, share it if you can, comment below some thoughts, what you think of everything. And also, if you want to support me, I'm really trying to hit my goal for my GoFundMe for my campaign for the gift packaging business that I have. Would love the support, trying to reach the goal by the end of this month. Have a lofty target, but I know if it's God's will, he can get me there. And so need you guys to support if you can. If you're led to donate, please do. Links are down below. More to come. Big things are happening. Stay alert, stay awake, stay prayed up. Talk to you guys very soon.